Okay, we're back in the radio show, back in the radio studio, back in the studio for radio talk, for shenanigans. We've got shenanigans going on today, folks, because I've got a knife that I've been fighting. I've been going against the grain. I have been not buying for a while now, even though I watch it on the knife channels and I see all the knife guys going goo goo gaga over this knife. It's a Vosteed. Okay. Tell me a little bit about Vosteed, Dick Ritchie. Sure. Okay, I don't know crap about Vosteed other than the fact they came on the scene last year before that I know of, and they blew it up with the raccoon. I had a raccoon. It had denim micarta, a button lock, a drop point, fat, flat grind, 14C28N, beautiful knife that I gave away to one of my subscribers last year. Yes, I gave it away. Probably should have never let it leave the pouch of 8, my satchel of 8. Should have never let it leave. But I did. Now it's gone. So I have to move on. I don't want to hold on to the past. I don't want to hold on to things from the past that make me sad or I wish it was there still, that kind of thing. And that could be an inanimate object or it could be a human being. It could be a pet. People that leave, animals that leave, come in and out of your life like the seasons. But that got pretty deep for a Vosteed. Yeah. But the Vosteed makes some cool stuff. I've got my eye on the Corgi. I had the raccoon. I just bought the Nightshade, the mini Nightshade. We're going to take a look at it here in a minute. What else? So this is a smaller knife. It's got the word mini in the name of the knife. So yeah, it's smaller. I don't care. I'm not a big pocket knife guy and I'm not a small pocket knife guy. I'm a medium pocket knife guy. Now, when I say medium pocket knife, what's my favorite medium-sized pocket knife? Right now, the Penguin. It's still the Penguin. The neat thing about the Penguin, QSP, Quality Service Products, the best thing about the Penguin is that you buy, my first Penguin had D2 steel. It had denim micarta. It had, what else? I mean, it was kind of just run-of-the-mill. Not when I bought it. It's probably the first knife I purchased with micarta handle, to be honest with you, that I liked. I've had micarta before, but it's just like frayed plastic. Now, the neat thing about QSP and other brands that are doing it now is they've got these old styles like the Penguin, which is an older style for their brand. But now you get it with Damascus, titanium scales, whatever. All these other weird names and different kinds of scales that are cool, weird, stupid, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. Call them whatever you want. Blade material, S35VN steel. S35VN steel. Will it cut cardboard? You bet it will. Are you seeing this? Did you just see that? Cardboard cut. Live on the air. Dick Ritchie just cut cardboard with S35VN steel. What's next?
Paper. Wah, wah.
Yeah, this isn't very sharp. I probably need to sharpen it. I've used it, but it should be slicing the paper. Probably had a bad angle. I'm not the best at that. I need to work on my paper slicing skills because if you're going to be in the knife world and you're going to have a knife channel, you better be able to cut paper. You know, you get on there and you go live and you can't even cut paper with your S35VN steel right now. That's like really top-notch steel. Great steel. But there you have it. That's a medium-sized knife. We're going to look at a smaller knife. We're going to look at a new knife. The Vosteed Mini Nightshade. I'm trying to figure out how I can screw that name up because I was using that name for a Gerber knife that I like to carry. Okay, I can't get the box open. There we go. All right, so this is going to come with a canvas pouch, stitched well, Velcro here. Now, that's not a sewed-on patch. Look, it comes with a little Vosteed patch, and you can put others on your little knife pouch, and isn't that cute? So cute. All right, nice little Vosteed micro cloth. Small one for a small knife. Look at the orange in there. That's fresh. I like that. Pops of color. Okay, right out of the gate. You know it's small. Let's get it out of the plastic. Okay, if you know me, you know my channel, you know I like pops of color on my knafs. I like knafs with a little detail. Look at the back spacer. Anodized aluminum with red. Thumb stud. Look at that. Red. I like it. Red G10. This thing is small. Axis lock. I'm not sure if they call it the Axis lock with Vosteed. I'll have to check and let you know, because I believe the Axis lock was patented by Benchmade Knives. Then, of course, patents go out, and then other manufacturers, knife companies, whatever you want to call it, can jump on that patent, and they can look at how it was made. They can make one very similar or the same, I believe, and call it something else, though. You can't call it, you know what I mean? Like, so Vosteed can't call this an Axis lock, I believe, because that was coined by Benchmade. Crossbar lock. I guess that's the best generic name you could call it, is a crossbar lock. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know everything, but I'll find out for you. I was always taught in business, in life, never say you don't know without following it up with, but I'll find out. Okay, let's look at this thing. Now, look at that blade. What is that blade? I mean, is it a drop point? Is it a Persian? Is it a, I don't know. Let me go look at my thing. Okay, I'm going to call this a drop point Persian. So I'm going to call it a Jersian or a per point. Yeah, it's a per point. It's a Jersian. I don't know. This little tiny sucker has got the action of a hand beast. Okay, first criticism. See this right here? It's got jimping right here. And it's got like jimping on the, like a liner. Does this thing even have liners? It's got like a bolster liner kind of thing going on the inside here that's going to house all the mechanics of the Axis lock or the crossbar lock or whatever Vosteed calls their little thing there, right? So they should have done that in red. On the Axis lock, these things should have made those red. The hardware throughout the knife, probably T6s, reversible deep pocket carry, and the pocket clip should have been red. Why not go all in? Yeah, my eyes are saying that. Now, they were being subtle. The subtleties of the knife market is just so tasteful. Zen cut scepter knife. Yeah, let's look at the size. Okay, so this scepter is about 1/4 inch taller in that sense. With the blade open, 1/2 inch taller. So the blade is shorter because it's this little stubby Jersian blade. Jersian. This is a Jersian. That's a cross between drop point and Persian. I like Jersian better than I like per point. Yeah, neither's good. Okay, the action on this is really good, but you got to be careful. So when I'm doing the thumb stud and I'm coming up, my thumb is coming across that blade. I will cut my thumb with this little knife. Okay, you're putting a fat little Jersian blade on this. Why not put a hole in there? have the blade protrude right there, have a hole. Now I just reverse flicked off the blade. That's going to tell you how nice this action is.
But does it cut cardboard?
Now the blade metal on this is 14C28N. Vosteed likes their 14C28N steel. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, it cuts through the cardboard like butter. My paper cutting skills are terrible. Lovely. Cuts lovely. Paper. I like it. Lovely. All right, let's put it up against another small knife. Oh, well, here's the penguin. Standard size penguin. 1/4 of an inch. So this is going to fall short 1/4 of an inch on virtually all these medium-sized knives. 1/4 of an inch, and then it's going to really start to suffer. Like this is an inch on the blade once this is a short blade. It's doing a weird thing. This is a short blade. It's a Georgian blade. You know Georgian blades. Georgian blades just do what they do. They do whatever they want. They don't care because they're Georgians. All right, it's kind of weird. Who cares? It makes no sense. We just did size comparisons. We just cut paper. We just cut cardboard. We just talked about history. We talked about the locks. We talked about the blades. We gave the blade a name. We named it Georgian. This has a Georgian blade. G10 scales. I don't think I've missed a damn thing on this. Well, but the sharpening choil on this and plunge grind seem fine. I myself, if I was designing a blade, a knife, I might leave a sharpening choil out. Yeah, you heard it here. If Dick Ritchie was to design a knife, it would be very utilitarian in purpose. It would probably be a sheep's foot or a Warncliffe blade. It would have a belly. See how that's flat? Imagine this knife with the belly. A little belly on it. Yeah. Would put no sharpening choil because it's going to be for utility purpose. And if you use a knife for any kind of utility purpose, you're going to know that a sharpening choil gets in the way. It is an unsharpened surface of the blade right within location of the edge that will hang up on cardboard when you're cutting boxes in a utilitarian purpose. Why not? Who cares? It's your knife. Do whatever you want. I say you do it. I say you test your knife. You know, look at this open L. Oh, we look at the open L. I'll be looking at the open L, I will. I'm doing open L. I wish I knew French accent. We're going to look at the open L. This open L number 9 is, I'm going to mess this up. It's going to go over into an Asian accent, I believe. It's my samurai. This open L, number 9. Oh, always lock your open L. Tip test. This is thin metal. No bends. Nothing. There's no bends in my open L. I think I've got my French accent. There it is. It might not be French France, but it is French Canadian, maybe. I have 2 heads with the sun shining.